Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by one of the regulars on this podcast, none other than Rajah Caruth, who will be driving in ARCA East for Rev Racing, as well as, maybe some late model stuff. Hey, Rajah, how are you, bud?
Good. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing well, man. So it was announced last week that you were going to do this McDonald's activation with Bubba. What was that like?
It was great. I mean, Bubba's someone that I've looked up to for years, since I was even younger of a kid than I am now. And so, to represent him on the racetrack, represent McDonald's, it was an honor to be picked. I know there's a few other, kids and people around my age that could have been selected too. So, I'm extremely honored, and I can't wait to make them all proud.
So what is exactly what you're going to be doing for people that don't know?
So basically, the whole mentorship, the program, the McDonald's Black and Positively Golden Mentors program, basically has Bubba helping me out, really just guiding me along the right way throughout, this year in the ARCA Menard Series East and beyond. Hopefully to the point where I'll be in a Cup car one day, but that's not really in the program. But really, it's just a mentoring me through this year, and I'm excited to continue on the progression.
What is the biggest thing that you've learned from him so far?
I mean, the biggest thing, there's been two things that I've learned that have been big. The first thing was don't be scared of the wall. I've gotten over that. And second thing was kind of with racing people, off rip, you already know that people aren't really, they don't like you, so you shouldn't, of course, race with respect, but you also don't have to be as considerate, considering that they probably wouldn't be as considerate to you. So why do that to them on the racetrack? Off the racetrack, that's a whole different thing, But when the helmet's on, the visor goes down, and window net goes up, you're there to race. And so he has explained that to me, and that I'm internalizing that and starting to apply it to the races that I continue to do.
Do you when we talked about there's a lot of things going on in this world, and you're only a kid, and it's you kind of shield yourself from a lot of that stuff, but it obviously is a topic of conversation as America, the country, is decided to go this direction of more being diverse and including everybody. What has that been like for you, how to handle all that?
I mean, it's, of course, you could say it's been a little bit of weight on my shoulders, but I mean, like we talked about before, I mean, I don't really feel any pressure, Casey, in general,
yeah,
with anything. So it's definitely, for example, with the steps and initiatives that NASCAR has taken and put into action, that has made me feel really comfortable, because it in a country where someone that looks at like me isn't really cared for, or really at all, to have the sport really take that stance and be supportive, it means a lot. So I hope that as the years go by, I'm able to develop and continue to be a really good race car driver, and learn. And so the platform that I develop, I can use it to make change for people that look at like me and people that don't.
Yeah, I got to ask you about Bill Lester running the truck race. Got a chance to talk to him yesterday. How exciting is that for you? Because I was the one that told you that was happening.
Yeah, man, that it's gonna be cool, because I remember. So I was 4 when he made that Cup start at Atlanta. So I'm not gonna act like I watched that race, but I had I don't know if we talked about this, but my little NASCAR encyclopedia and stuff, and for 2006, he's one of the main things in there with the waste management Dodge.
Yeah.
And him, to see him race and be cognitive and not 4 years old, to see that, it's gonna be awesome. And I'm born in Atlanta too. I would love to go to that race, but I'm racing at South Boston, so it's gonna be cool when I can at some point in the day I can see y'all. Bill Lester's running in front of that DGR truck. That's awesome. So
yeah. So I mean, obviously, I know that his book is out. Winning. Have you gotten a chance to look at that, Winning in Reverse?
No, but that's one of my summer projects. I want to do that this summer.
I want to do that.
Um, reading is something that I used to do a lot when I was younger, which I guess a lot of people did too. But I like as school proceeded, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So you said you're racing at South Boston this weekend. I know you drove some legend cars last week. What's it going to be like this week running over there?
we're gonna be on a different Hoosier tire than a harder Hoosier than I've been on before, so that'll be a little bit interesting. But besides that, I mean, not taking it for granted, not underselling it, but I mean, it's another race, another racetrack. You can't oversimplify it, but you also can't psych yourself out. So we'll just go and have a normal race weekend, and hopefully we end out on top.
Okay. So one of the things that, when we did the game show, and you freaking embarrassed me because of your knowledge of the sport, um, is your knowledge of the sport. You know a lot about this sport. What's I mean, what really got you into like the history of NASCAR? Did you watch like a bunch of Brock Beard videos or something?
Oh, that was oh man. I did used to watch Brock Beard a lot back in the day. That was I love the stuff he used to make. Or he still makes stuff now. But
Yeah.
man, like I will say out of everybody like in NASCAR, I feel like me and Dale Jr. and Brad Perez and like a couple other some other people have like that level of just like knowledge about like the history and like everything if that makes sense. Obviously I'm 18 in that in 3/4, but basically like it's been cool because I kind of like for example like last year at Hickory like I saw freaking David Ruderman. Like I remember watching him drive the Aaron's car, and I had like we talked about before I had my encyclopedia from like 1945 to 2006.
Right.
Read that thing from cover to cover,
Yeah.
probably like 12 times before I was 14. So, on top of watching everything I could on YouTube and watching NASCAR now on 9 a.m. at ESPN on Sundays with Marty Smith and Dr. Jerry Punch, Ricky Craven. But man, it's cool. Just like also like we talked about, like I mean, the passion, the interest becomes a passion, the passion comes an obsession.
Yeah.
So I hope to continue to learn more. Living in Concord now and being in like the Mooresville area and stuff, like I'm able to learn a whole lot more and hear a lot of cool stories. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right, Rajah, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Congratulations on all the projects you're doing. Keep us updated on how things are going with McDonald's and Bubba, and we'll catch you next time on the podcast.
Cool. Thank you, Casey. See y'all later.